Hi, and welcome to the Pasta Podcast, where we talk about nothing but pasta. Today, we will not be talking about pasta. Today, we will be talking about the creation of the Pasta Podcast. I'm Olivia. This is
Gigi.
Yeah, that's Gigi. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good. Yeah, let's talk about how we came up to it. So, Gigi, you wanna start off with how we came up to it?
Yeah, I don't really remember how we came up with this. I just remember thinking it was a joke.
Yeah, it was mostly a joke. Well, okay, so we kind of it kind of started off as a joke between us jokesters, us kidsters, if you will. Um, we just kind of we were like, hey, we should start a podcast. I don't know if anyone's gonna listen to it. At least we know we will. We know Chris is gonna listen to it, right?
Yeah, hi, Chris.
Hopefully. Okay, if Chris is here, hi.
Hi, welcome to the
Um,
Pasta Podcast.
where we talk about nothing but pasta and all things pasta.
Yeah,
Um, Chris Chris is our boss.
hell yeah.
He's our manager for work at the movie theater.
Olivia, I just realized that you're saying all of these things, and I am interjecting like those other guys on the podcasts where they're male talking about women. I'm the guy that's like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly how my brother talks.
I'm the yes man.
No, my mom will say something and he'll just go, yeah. And I'm like, did you even listen to what she was saying?
We do that all the time to each other, though. Sometimes when we're not listening, we just go, yeah.
Yeah. You know when I'm not listening because I'll say that.
Yeah.
Either that or there's two yeahs. There's either I truly mean it,
Yeah.
which is
that?
Yeah, that's that one. And then there's I don't mean it, which is yeah.
Or
And
like
that's how you know.
currently doing something else, like looking at phone, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, you know. Wait, you get it.
I understand.
You understand?
Olivia
That's
realizing that I
funny.
understand her after 10 plus years of being her friend.
Me discovering subtext. What?
People are people.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Man. Well, I can't believe we thought we were going to talk about the creation of the Pasta Podcast for an hour.
Yeah, I don't know what we were thinking.
We talked about it for a minute.
Yeah. I mean, there were like small steps in getting to this process. Like we talked about it and we were like, it would be so funny if we made a podcast where it's called the Pasta Podcast, but we don't talk about pasta. And then all of a sudden I was buying microphones. I don't know what happened in between.
It was just such a jump to conclusions. No, and Gigi texted me and she was like, hey, I got all this birthday money. I'm going to use it to buy microphones.
And that's exactly what I did. I almost used all of my birthday money on these microphones. And I'm going to be honest, I don't even think that they're that good. It's okay.
You want to know what I used my birthday money on?
What?
Wait, what did I use my birthday money on? Hold on, I'm thinking. I used my... What did I use it for? I know I used it for something. Oh, I used it for my AirPod Maxes. Those were $600.
Those are expensive as hell. I don't know. I think you got scammed.
You know,
I'm sorry. I forgot. It said digitally certified, so you definitely didn't.
Certified. Yeah, we have this. When I got the AirPods, I got an email because they were taking forever, and so I was thinking that maybe I got scammed. And I had this email, and it said on the email that the person who was sending it was digitally certified. And so to prove to Gigi that I had not been scammed, I said, hey, Gigi, look, it's digitally certified. And ever since that day, that has been our inside joke, right?
Yeah, which it doesn't make any sense. Like, I understand if it said like electronically certified or something. What does digitally certified mean? Do you have to be Do you have to be an iPad baby?
Yo, I know some iPad babies. I bet they're digitally certified. I'm not friends with them. I'm not friends with the iPad babies. I don't go to iPad baby clubs. I know there are some. I think they're called, I think they're called daycares. Um, all right. Well, Gigi, what have you been up to today?
um, Waiting for my cleaning ladies to come. Most of the day is always taken from that. Every Thursday. I mean, like, I get it. Like, she's doing all the work. She's putting in all the work. I have so much respect for her. But lately, like, for the past couple months, they've been like, all right, we're going to come at 12. We're going to come at 1. They come at 2:30 every single time. But we still get up early so that and like shower early so that we don't have to be in their way. And then only like it started with like 3 of them coming. Now there's only 2 of them ever coming to clean our entire house. And I feel so bad for them, but I'm also like, it took them 2 hours to clean the inside of the house. Like they hadn't even got out to my dad's office. It was
How
very
long do they
stressful.
take to clean your whole house?
I literally checked. They got there at 2:31. I got in my room like she wasn't done cleaning the kitchen yet, but almost. I was in my room at 4:30.
See, because when I clean the house, it takes me 2 months. Yeah, they
Yeah.
do it in like hours.
That's what I'm saying. They're working really hard, especially for the fact that she doesn't have as many people working with her as she usually does, but
GG moms
God,
are
if
bad.
they had just come at the right time.
Oh no. Sorry,
Problem.
I almost problemed, but there's no. I almost did. I'm a
As
little absurd
as you
sometimes.
once said, good sleep, no depression.
My absurdity sometimes gets the better of me, but not today, luckily.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I thought it was kind of weird because it was like I exclusively have Google Chrome on my Mac, and like I kept like logging into it, and it like told me in the email that like I had to log in through Google Chrome
Yeah.
or like some other Google platform or whatever. And so I did, and then it took me to like a whole entire separate site. Not like a separate no, not like a separate site, like a separate like just a separate page. And I was like, I literally have it open. I have no idea how technology works. So I copy and pasted it in the URL because and I felt like a hacker when I did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
um so this is the start of the Pastaverse as we know it.
Yes.
Well, not the start. We already
We
started
got
it,
the
but you
pasta realm.
yeah, we got the pasta realm, but that's not you guys aren't a part of that, so sorry. That's
Yeah.
just us.
It's an exclusive club.
Whoever you guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My brother
exclusive
and
club.
Chris. You guys aren't a part of this. I know that Chris wants to play Minecraft with us really bad, but he can't.
Oh, well maybe if we started a Taylor Swift realm.
Yeah.
Do you think Taylor Swift would play Minecraft with us?
Yeah. I feel like she seems pretty chill. I don't know if she'd know how to
Well,
play
that's
though.
not the that's I mean,
She doesn't
I
seem
know
like
for a
she has
fact that
time
she
for
could.
gaming, and I feel like Minecraft might be like a weird niche to get into when you're doing so much other things.
Very true. What do you think? I bet she's like a Nintendo Switch gamer.
Yeah.
Because she's always on the road. She's got to travel.
Yeah.
She's got to on your Nintendo Switch do a little Animal Crossing, a little Zelda.
Hmm. I feel like she seems like she would be playing Animal Crossing, but not really like into it, but like as an escape. Do you think Taylor Swift listens to her own music?
Definitely. Of
Yeah,
course she does.
because I feel like if you're that good at making music and like writing lyrics, you would want to hear it.
Yeah. No, I feel like you'll get sick of it though. I mean, my brother wrote that one song. You know it. Um,
Yeah, we're gonna stop talking about it there.
my point was, I don't know if he likes it or not. I don't think he
Oh,
does.
yeah, I don't think he does.
He told me he
I feel like I saw the life drain out of his eyes when I heard it. Like
and
all the enjoyment just stopped.
there
It
was
left.
there was nothing left to do.
I saw
Oh,
this holy ghost come out of him and it said happiness on it. And it left. And I don't know if it's returned.
oh. Well, what do you? I mean, could you imagine Taylor Swift being a gamer? I
I feel
mean,
like I could imagine her playing Stardew
with
Valley.
the headphones and the little gaming mic. Hey guys, welcome back to my stream. Um,
Wouldn't that be crazy? If Taylor
thanks for
Swift
donating.
started streaming, I feel like every
Thanks for the
streaming
subs, guys.
platform would reach an all-time high.
No, she would be like, um, she would like stream like 13 hours because, like, that's her number.
Yeah.
She would always stream 13 hours.
Welcome back to the 13-hour stream. Today we're playing Five Nights at Freddy's.
And we're only playing 1 and 3.
I know that you changing the subject. I know that you were watching Markiplier's Five Nights at Freddy's playlist. I don't know if you saw that he played Five Nights at Freddy's 4 with Jack Black,
I did.
but
And I
I
skipped it.
have to watch that. I have to rewatch that because I remember skipping over and being like, "Who cares?" And now I care.
But ever since the Mario movie. Did you watch
Yeah.
the Mario movie? Were you there with me or was that delusion? No, you were there
Like
with me.
was that a
Right.
hallucination? Did I hallucinate this again? Yeah, I was
No,
there.
that's right, because it was you, me, and my brother and his friends.
Yeah, and then we played Mario Kart while waiting for the previews to stop.
Yo, that's true fans right there.
Yeah,
But I
and
feel
I
like,
kept losing.
do you have much Mario experience?
I don't have that much. Like I played Mario Kart on the Wii, and I played um, Super Mario Bros. On the Wii, and those were like like more advanced versions of the first versions. I never really played all of those other games, so
Yeah.
I'm not into the
I
Mario lore
feel
as much as I feel like most people are.
um my brother's this weird thing of like getting into lore of random games. So I feel like he's probably gotten into that before.
Yeah. No,
Um
that's really weird. I don't know anybody who would do that. Certainly not me. I would never do anything like that.
no, but I feel like watching the Mario movie, it's like I'm not gonna say the boomer thing of being like it's set a film for a whole new generation. But because I feel like it like got younger people into Mario more.
Yeah. It also sparked this weird thing online where for like 2 weeks after the movie came out, everybody suddenly realized that Jack Black was the fucking guy. Everybody loved him and they
So
were
true.
like bringing up stuff that he's already done. It
I
wasn't like new
know.
interviews. These were things that he had already done, but now he was back into the universe as hard as he once was. And all of the younger people are like, "Oh my god, this guy's great."
Yeah. No, did you ever see that interview? He showed up as Bowser in like a really like baby outfit, and he like walks in and he like doesn't walk in, and then like she goes back there and he's like, they told me they were all gonna dress up like their characters. And then the but he's the best. I love Jack Black.
Only Jack Black would continue with that interview while dressed up
No,
like that. I think that's
truly.
great.
Like he is like one of those, I think he's one of the last hidden gems we have in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Not even hidden anymore, but sometimes he is hidden.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a couple months after that movie came out, he was like everybody was done talking about him.
Mm.
And I haven't seen any new videos like that anymore.
He'll be
Like coming
rediscovered again.
back
He'll be rediscovered
up.
again. But me and my brother went through a phase like I don't know how long ago of like only watching his movie, his Tenacious D movie, The Pick of Destiny.
Mhm.
And man, that is a movie. Like the devil's in it at one point, Sasquatch is in it at one point. Um, Ben Stiller's in it. It's weird. It's
Ben
really good.
Stiller is in literally everything. Can we just
No,
talk
that's
about
not
that?
true.
I was watching this, I'm sorry. I was watching this video. I don't know if we're allowed to swear on the podcast.
No.
Um, okay, well, I was watching this video and it was a video on a series that I've already watched but has come back into the universe um, because of a certain apology that has happened recently. And it was called Haters Back Off, starring Colleen Ballinger. And I watched it at the time because I loved her. And I was watching a video of like reviewing like the first season, and Ben Stiller makes an appearance in it. That man is in everything.
He what?
Yeah,
That's got to be
and
some Mandela effect because I don't remember that.
I don't either. I didn't realize until I watched it, um, until I watched the video on it, and I was just like, "That is Ben Stiller." It was my one of that is Nick Cage moments.
Gigi, explain the Nick Cage. Explain the
Oh,
moment.
okay. So I don't even remember what we were talking about. We were talking about
I
celebrities
don't
and
either because I was
fashion,
barely listening.
but
That's
we were at work, and I said that if I saw certain celebrities, I wouldn't be like, "Oh my god!" I would be like, "Oh, that's you." Um, and then I acted out this scene in front of Olivia, and where I'm seeing somebody that I'm not like obsessive over, but I'm like, that's an actor. Um, and I looked into a fake celebrity's eyes, and I look away, and then I look back, and I point, and I go, "Is that Nick Cage?" And Olivia cracks up like I've never heard her laugh like that ever. That is the best laugh I've ever gotten from you. And I was probably so sleep deprived, I don't even really remember making it.
no, because like the whole point of it was just being like that's an actor who we don't really care about. But I feel like now we care so much about Nick Cage.
We care so much. I love the unbearable weight of massive talent. As soon as we heard that he was going to be in a movie that our movie theater was going to be playing, we immediately went, yeah, we need to see that. And we did. And I've seen it 2 more times willingly
She
because I
also has
like
a
it.
poster.
I have the poster. I stole it from work. Well, not stole.
You
Chris, if you're
took
listening,
it.
I didn't steal it. You put it in the box for employees, but I took it
Don't
because
tell
nobody else
people
was
about the
going to.
box, EG.
I'm staring at him right now.
The box is a secret. Actually,
Sorry,
I have
the hidden
I have a
box.
couple of movie posters. I did beg for the Batman poster. And
Mm-hmm.
so I have Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz on my ceiling. And it's a good thing too because they're right next to my Twilight poster, which is Robert Pattinson and Christian Stewart, and they're right on top of each other. Not Robert Pattinson
That
and Christian Stewart. Poster.
that's interesting.
I mean, yeah, in the movie they are, but like in the poster, like on my ceiling, I look up and I see two Rob Pats, which is
Well,
one more than I needed.
Olivia, you're living that your name life.
No.
I wonder if anybody but us, like if this got to like the public, if this was a big podcast, I wonder if anybody but us would actually understand what I just said. I wonder if we'd have the right audience for me to make that joke.
We don't have audience.
Yeah. No, Olivia, you remember when we were in the choir?
What?
Okay, you remember
My
when we
favorite
were
dinosaur is the Elasmosaurus, and that's not technically a dinosaur.
I have no idea what you're saying.
What were you gonna say?
Okay, you remember when we were in choir at our Catholic school?
Whoa, hidden
And
memory.
and you remember all of those like rehearsals that we did on stage? That's exactly what we're doing right now. We're doing the rehearsal, but this isn't rehearsal. This is the thing. There's just nobody in the audience. The house lights are still on. We haven't even turned them off.
It's funny because in high school, I think I did so many like dress rehearsals of those, and like I remember like sometimes like my friends would like send the audience like when we were like doing a dress rehearsal or something, and I just remember it being like so awkward when you're like standing there like trying to cry on stage, but then all your friends in the audience are staring at you.
Yeah.
I hate theater. Theater is the worst. I don't know why.
I feel like that's like the first bout of a performance anxiety that you must get in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever had performance. Actually, that's a lie. I've definitely been a little sketched out, if you know what I mean. But I don't know. I don't really get stage fright to the point that I can't move. You know, to like how like or when you used to do presentations for like
Yeah.
class when we were younger, you would like freeze up.
Yeah, I'm having performance anxiety right now. And it's mainly about my microphone.
But I've never had that. I don't know if it's just because I'm so arrogant that I'm caught up in my arrogance, or if I'm just like not nervous.
Yeah, I feel like you have to have a certain level of arrogance to be okay with life.
Very true. But then again, you are not selfless. I'm sorry, you're not. You're not
Yeah,
humble.
I don't think anybody is selfless. Because like when it comes down to it, if somebody was like, either I kill this person, that means nothing to you, or I kill you, I'm gonna be like, definitely kill that person.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a survival instinct. You have to be out for yourself before anybody else. But there's something about anxiety that makes me.
That's not what Catholic taught us. Catholic
That's not what Catholic herself taught us.
Catholic is no comment. But I always remember on the board, it was like, put others before you. And I was like, but if I fall, I'm not going to be like, oh, how is that other person across the schoolyard doing? You know, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm in pain. I was always looked out for myself when I was younger. I realized how much of a bully I was later on in life.
Are we talking about Catholic? Is this a Catholic school episode?
It might be.
The pilot episode is the Catholic school episode.
I have a feeling the Pasta podcast is going to be a lot about that.
I mean, it's the only shared trauma that we got. It's the only thing we can relate to each other and be like, this was traumatic.
Gigi, my mother has stepped in the room.
Oh, hello, Mother.
Hello, Gigi.
Say hi to the Pasta podcast.
Hi, Pasta podcast.
Well, anyways.
I don't know if you want to include that intrusion.
I might include a little bit of it.
A little bit. Did you hear her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not like everything she said. But...
Yeah. Okay, well, back to what we were saying.
Speaking of cats, anyway. You remember when you bit someone?
That is not a segue. That is not a segue. No, I bit them, and I do not take that back. Like, I do not regret it one day in my life. They just. Who
did you bite?
I bit, I think her name was Sophia. No, and I went to high school with her.
Oh, I hated Sophia. I hated everybody, though.
I went to high school with her, and she was in my English class freshman year, and I went up to her, and I was like, do you remember when I bit you in first grade? And she was like, no. I was like, oh. So that was just a traumatic experience.
You should have been like, sorry, you must be the wrong person then. Sorry,
Well,
I
I
do
was
that to
like,
everyone, so it might have not
no,
actually
it
been
was
you.
so weird because I was like, then this is not like a traumatic experience for you. It's the person who enacted the crime.
Yeah.
It was
It was
me.
traumatic for you.
I'm the problem. It's
You are the
me.
victim and the problem.
I'm the victim. I'm I'm the vic I'm the victim, and I was gonna say the victor, but that's the same thing. No, wait, it's the hero. Anyways, so Catholic school was a little I don't know how you say it. Much. Oh, I was trying
We
to be
went
nice.
two separate routes.
But I ate the inside of my cheek. Like I used to think it was a nervous habit, but I think I just do when I get bored.
Yeah, I think I used to do that pretty often too.
Like, have you ever seen me like pushing my cheek towards my mouth?
Yeah.
It I'm biting the inside of my cheek.
See, I bit the inside of my cheek by accident when we ate those sweet tarts yesterday. And I got a
Ooh,
little
that's rough.
cut in my mouth now.
Is that why you decided not to have any more?
I don't think it was. I think they were actually just a little too sour for me. And I
Yeah,
wasn't
they were
enjoying
pretty
them as
sour.
much as you were.
They were pretty sour.
I'm okay
They
with
were
like
really sour.
I'm okay with like marginally sour things, but anything that's over Sour Patch Kids, it's not good for me. And I feel like Sour
Yeah.
Patch Kids are pretty sour, but not like
Sour
super
Patch Kids
sour.
are way more sour than Sweet Tarts.
I
Way
don't know if
more.
that's true. I think it's maybe because there's a sweet element underneath them, and that Sour Patch Kids have that Sweet Tart Ropes just don't, or Sweet
They didn't
Tart
do it for you.
Chews, the chews.
No, choose. Have you ever had sour Skittles before?
I think I have.
Those
I
are
think I like
terrifying.
those.
They're frightening. They're like warheads. You know, like they burn your mouth as you eat them.
Have you ever had a warhead before?
I regret to say that I do. I have.
I put
I
one
wish
in
I didn't.
my mouth, not like to chew, but in my mouth once. Like it in like
They
nobody was
don't
telling
taste
me to
good.
do this. Nobody was telling me to do this. They were just there. I was alone in the house, and
Hey, candy is
you see
candy.
candy and you put it in your mouth because what if you like you like it and then you have infinite amounts of candy until it runs out. So
Well, that doesn't what?
so don't question my methods. So I put it in my mouth, and it's a yellow one, so it's a lemon flavor. That was the worst flavor because I
Oh
was like, I like lemon.
no,
So I did this all to
no!
myself, and I chose the worst possible flavor on purpose. Um, and I was standing next to the trash can because I was like, I'm gonna spit this out eventually. Spit it out almost immediately. Like as soon it was just, and I was completely, I was just completely disgusted. I ran to the sink and I went like I got my hand under the running faucet and I slurped some water and I spit it out and I went ugh.
No, it's so scary. No, you're lucky that you had resources around you because the first time I had a warhead, I was in the car.
Oh God.
Yeah, and I had nothing to spit it out into. I had to endure it
See, I feel like I've learned since that moment.
to not
A
eat
long time
warheads.
ago when I was 19, when I did that, I've learned. Um, I've learned um, that if somebody asks me to taste something that might be sour, if I don't have water, I'm not doing it. I don't care if it makes me look like I'm a baby. I'm not doing it.
I used to be really good at hiding my sour face. Like really good. I used to be able to like, you know, what is it the people who eat hot foods say?
I
No
don't know.
reaction. No reaction. Light work, no reaction. That's how it felt because I would like eat lemons.
hmm
I don't know if you ever went through a eating lemons phase, but I have a lemon tree, so um
I went through
when life gives you lemons, you eat it.
I went through a making lemonade, but poorly because I didn't know how to. So it was literally lemon juice that I was trying to drink, and I was like, "Why doesn't it taste good?"
I
Because I was
I did
dumb.
that. Yeah, like I did that when I was younger, like before I had like a lemon tree. I would go to the store because when you're little, you don't know anything. I don't care what
Yeah.
Taylor Swift says. You don't know anything. Um, but I bought like 2 lemons, and then you need a lot of lemons to make lemonade. I
Yeah.
think I made a tablespoon of lemonade. It was not that much,
I
and I
think
drank it. It was not even that good.
I think this was my exact experience because I squeezed lemon juice out of like a couple lemons, and I was like, "That is one sip." Like like a small gulp before being generous. Like, and
No, like you need a
because
lot of
and
lemons.
because you don't know that you have to add water and sugar to it, you just don't. So you think that's all that you were getting. So you drink it as is. And then you go,
No,
that
you
wasn't
added
worth
a
it.
little bit of sugar. I added a little bit of sugar.
Oh, you were smarter than me. I
A
was like,
little
it's
bit of
got
sugar.
sugar in it.
No, but I thought I don't add water to it. I thought it was just straight lemon juice.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not.
it's called lemonade, which translates lemon. Lemon, I don't know if you know this, lemon is English for lemon, and aid is English for juice or something.
No,
Could you
no, that's
imagine
not
if that's
true.
how it worked?
Wait, you were just straight up lying? Hold on. I gotta do some research. Here, Google. What does aid mean? Forming nouns denoting an action that is completed.
The lemon
Like
was done.
barricade.
Wow.
Okay. I don't know what that gave me, but it gave me
How often do you go onto Google and walk away with less than what you started with?
all the time. No, I swear. I like Google something. I'm like, is this person dating this person? And then I go down a rabbit hole of somebody completely different.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I'm like, I look up an actor's name to be like, are they in this for real? Because I just saw their face for like 2 seconds, and then I go through all of the movies they were in, and I'm like, oh, they were in this show, or I go, oh my god, like that when when you search up like somebody's name on Google, sometimes it'll have like related articles if they're being relevant at the moment. So sometimes it'll be like, this person's dog died, and I would be like, what? And I would click onto those, and then I would get all the way to the bottom and see all the ads that were like, here's how to lose weight in 5 minutes, and here's how to know what your dog's saying, and give me money if you want to read the rest of this. And then the
have
rest
you
of
ever
his
clicked
is
on one
like
of those?
his dog's name was Leo.
Have you ever clicked on one of those pop-up ads? I'm just curious as to what happens.
I have, well, okay, I've used sketchy sites before, so I've accidentally clicked on stuff all the time. And as you know, recently I had malware on my computer that I had to get rid of. Um, but yeah, I clicked on those. I used to click on the like related ads of like how to lose weight and stuff when I was younger because you have to lose the most amount of weight when you're a kid. Because that makes sense. That's how a growing body works. You need to not have weight to you in order to grow. Um,
Yeah.
So I would click on those all the time. And like, I don't think it did anything bad, but that was the era where I had an Android. And I do remember that there were pop up ads on my home screen at the end of me having an Android. So something went wrong along the way.
You need to go over that again. You need to go over the whole Android thing.
So I don't know what happened. I think my suspicion is that it's because when I had an Android, it was the only mobile device that you could use to add mods onto your phone because you couldn't do that on iPhones at the time. And so I was taking full advantage of this and downloading from every sketchy site that like was seeing. I'd be
As
like,
mine
that
as
looks
well.
cool. Yeah, might as well. You're 2 years old. You don't know this.
Did you ever jailbreak your phone?
No, I did. I think I looked up a tutorial, and then I was like,
You
no, I'm
tried
not
to?
gonna do that. I don't think you had to do that for iPhones, and I think that's why I got an Android because you had to jailbreak your phone for iPhones to download mods for Minecraft, but you didn't have to for Androids.
That's
So
right, because I didn't use mods or anything because I couldn't.
yeah, but I do think I looked up how to jailbreak your phone when I was a little older and had my first iPhone. But then I was old enough to realize that it was telling me to do all these sketchy things. And when I looked it up, it was being like, jailbreaking your phone can actually cause a lot of damage to your phone. So I was like, no, let me not do that. I had learned, I had grown.
What is jailbreaking? Like, walk me through the process.
I I have no idea. I mean, like, it's not like the way that it's set up, like the name of it, it sounds like you're talking about like hacking the system and like doing something you're not supposed to do. It's called jailbreaking, but it literally is just unlocking capabilities for your phone that you didn't used to have.
Yeah.
But like it's like unlocking advanced settings or something. I don't know. I've never done it.
It's like just like basically hacking into your phone.
Yeah, I mean, like up until like 5 months ago, I thought that it was, um, I thought that jailbreaking meant that you were doing like something illegal. I thought that it was illegal, and yet I still
Well,
wanted
it's
to
in the
do it when
name,
I was a
jailbreak.
kid. Yeah, so why did they call it that?
Well, how did you and how you just like downloaded like mods from a website?
Yeah, I would just like I would press the download button, and a lot of the times the download button would be, when you go on a website and you download something, and there's a bunch of fake download buttons. I didn't know what those were.
No.
So I would just
Oh.
press the first one that came up, which means that most of the time it would download something
You
and it
shouldn't have
wouldn't
had a
be.
phone, Gigi.
Yeah, I shouldn't have had a phone. But then
You had one
again,
before me.
I did. But then you made fun of me because it was an Android. So,
Because I was
because you were a
jealous.
bully.
I can't let anybody live happily.
This is proof that when
Especially
you're a
not.
bully, you're just jealous of other people. Olivia was jealous that I had a phone, so she was like, haha, Android user. Even though I'm still like, haha, Android user when I talk to people now.
I had an iPad mini at the time.
And I
Okay.
was
I had
I
an
was so
iPad mini.
jealous of you, by the way, when you had your own iPad. Even though I
Well,
literally
at
used
least
my
we were
family's
jealous of each
iPad as
other.
mine. It was mine.
That's right. I forgot about your family iPad.
Yeah, my
That's
family
what we used
iPad that I always had on me for some reason. Wonder how it's a
to.
family iPad.
At least you didn't try to jailbreak that.
I think I
Could
did.
you have imagined? It's on the family iPad.
We'll never have any proof that I did or did not because it's burned. But
Chill. Did it seriously like just go down? You guys didn't get rid of it?
yeah, I think that unfortunately, if I feel like if I download iMovie back onto my mom's current iPad because she has the same Apple ID as she did on that iPad, that I might be able to restore our old iMovies. But I'm not sure, and I don't want to make her pay for it for me to be like, okay, never mind. You paid $5 for this, but sorry.
Well, my brother recently found a bunch of like ones that we made when we were younger, but me and him, not me and you. I mean, you
Yeah,
might have been in them, but I can't remember. But he
I was
found a
definitely
few.
in the Swatch one.
Dude, I so wish that. I mean, I don't think I have my iPad mini anymore, but I
Yeah.
so wish I could log back into it because I am like 100% sure I had Five Nights through Freddy's 1 through 4 on my iPad, and it was back when they were free. So I just had all of them, but now they cost money. I had them before they were famous. I had a Bonnie picture that I drew very poorly on my wall when I was 12 years old.
That was an iconic picture, though.
It was good at the time. I think my recreation is better.
I do too.
I like my Mr. Hippo picture.
I like your Mr. Hippo picture so much. It's very accurate.
I need to render it eventually.
I
Ugh.
can I can almost hear him talking about nothing.
Oh, if only he could join us on the podcast.
I know, wouldn't that be a great guest to have on the Pasta podcast?
Yeah. That would
And
be
now
great.
introducing Mr. Hippo. How you doing, Mr. Hippo? Well, on Sundays they always had rye bread, but on
No,
Tuesdays they had the
no.
fresh rye bread.
No, but okay, so me and Gigi decided that for our guests, unless they're I don't know, like a guest that we want, but if they're a guest that they're like we want to be on it, then they can say one sentence or one word,
Yeah. We're
and that'll
gonna
be the sneak
yeah.
preview, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna be
So,
asking them so rapid fire questions that they won't be able to
it's
answer
just
any of them. We're gonna be
yeah.
like, "Hey, are you scared to be on the Pasta podcast?" Well, you should be. How did you get here today? Did you walk? Did you run? Did you run fast or did you run slow? Did you do a slow jog? Did you do a gentle jog? How were
Did
you
you run?
doing?
I don't think people would have ran.
Are
We're
you
so
going to run away
horrible.
from the studio when you leave? You know, our studio in our
Our
separate
studio.
bedrooms
Yeah, our studio. Our studio.
with my incredible setup for my microphone
And yeah,
that is
yeah.
steady and stable.
Baby, yeah. Well, you know what? I think that eventually one day, maybe not though. But let's for now, yeah.
One day we'll be in a studio. I
One
think
day.
that's funny that you were trying to say one day we might be in a studio, but you never said those words. So you just maybe eventually one
But you
day,
know what? You picked
perhaps.
it up, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know, I still have that Harry Styles cut out, and it just stares at me all day long, and I have no issue with that.
I mean, it's not like he's making a creepy face or anything. He's just like
He kind
chilling.
of is though. He's like tilted. He's got like this light skin riz going on. um, yeah, my brother has a Shazam poster up on his ceiling because we think that the Shazam movies are great,
Yeah,
right?
they are.
Shazam 2 is definitely better than Shazam 1 in my opinion, but I still think they're both incredibly good.
Yeah, I mean, I like the first one better, but I don't think that that makes the second movie any less effective. Like the
Yeah.
second movie
I
is
cried a
fighting
little
my
bit.
tears at the end.
Yeah.
It is just so good, and I don't know
So
how it
powerful.
got. I don't know how Rotten Tomatoes got it such a low score because their audience rating was pretty high.
Yeah. No, and you know what? I feel like a bunch of DC movies haven't been doing that well, and I don't really know why. Because I feel
Yeah,
like there's a lot of DC fans. Like, I feel like I know a lot of people who are DC fans.
yeah. I
But
mean,
then
like
again, Marvel movies aren't doing too great either, so I don't know.
maybe superheroes are just out right now.
Maybe. But in the hit movie Om Shanti Om, he does say that superheroes are in. But then again,
Yeah.
that was 2007. So,
Well, actually, at the certain time that they were talking about that in the beginning, wasn't it like 1970?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think they've always been into a certain degree. It's just like people are getting sick and tired of the same old stuff because it's been used so much.
Yeah.
I I before I hear the word multiverse again, I'm gonna gouge my eyes out. I am so sick. Multiverse this, multiverse that. I even heard that they want to bring in the multiverse in Star Wars, and I'm like, oh my god, how much more fantasy do you need in Star Wars? It's
Olivia,
literally Star Wars.
riddle me this: the multiverse of pasta.
But that's the Pastaverse, and it's not a multiverse.
The Pastaverse might one day be a multiverse.
No, it's
We're gonna
the
cover a lot of bases.
it's the PCU, the Pasta Cinematic Universe.
My brother comes into my room like 30 minutes before I say I'm gonna start this podcast with you, and he says, "Good luck with the pee-pee." And I go, "Is that what you're calling it behind my back?" And he goes, "Yeah, the pasta podcast, the pee-pee." And I go, "I mean, it works, but I've been calling it like the pasta podcast or even the postcast." Um, and then he accused me of stealing his name for it, and then he just angrily said, "All right, have fun on the pee-pee," and left.
During the time and the entirety of the last 56 minutes that we've been recording this, I have had all three of my family members approach me. And one of them made an appearance.
Yeah.
But the other two just looked at me and then left.
Well, two of them. Shadow was there.
Yeah, Shadow is still here, actually.
Oh.
He returned.
Hello, Shadow.
She opened the door and she came in and she's in here now. Shadow, do you have anything to say? She says hi.
Just as we discussed with all our guests, she didn't get a single sentence in. We didn't let her.
No, we bombarded her. Right?
Yeah.
Because that's how it's going to work. Yeah, I don't know how long we want these to run on for. I think we kind of discussed like an hour to 2 hours. Probably not 2 hours. Lord knows we don't have that much.
I feel like there's going to be a lot. I feel like there's going to be a lot of little things that I might cut out. And I feel like that's going to make it be like 45 minutes.
Definitely. That's what I'm like. I'm like, it's gonna turn out so much shorter than we think it's going to be. But this is also the first episode. We don't really have a game plan for it. We're just kind of going with it, trying to figure out how it's going to happen.
You mean Game Plan, the hit movie with Dwayne with The Rock? Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
No, I used to love that movie because the girl had a peanut reaction, and I was like, she's like me.
Yeah.
I felt heard, Gigi. I felt heard. I felt represented.
When you have an allergic reaction, why don't you just say no?
I've tried. I've asked.
You shouldn't ask. You should just say, I do not consent to having an allergic reaction, and they will stop.
Did I tell you about the time I gobbled up the mole?
No?
I haven't told you about that?
I don't know.
I feel
it's just such a weird way of phrasing it, so I don't know if I would remember.
One time I didn't know what was in mole, but I was excruciatingly hungry, and we DoorDashed like enchiladas, and I got mole on mine thinking it was just like some sauce. I didn't really know what it was, but I was like, it sounds fine, so I just got it.
Yeah.
I gobble up the whole enchilada, and then at the end, my throat starts swelling up like nobody's business, and suddenly I'm losing the urge to breathe, and I'm like, I think I might be allergic to that. I Google mole. It is mostly made of peanuts.
I'm gonna have so much to cut out of this. It's insane.
You can put it in the You can put it in the
Yeah, we're gonna have an archive sale of all of the things that we can't release to the public, and it'll be on our Patreon when we make one.
Our Patreon.
And maybe
Patreon?
If we're so bold, maybe Chris will subscribe to the Patreon just to hear Olivia talk about the things that she has discussed.
Wow. I hope so. I mean, now there's going to be more than one podcast going on at the Roxy Theater.
Yeah.
Which is what old people call it, the theater.
The theater. I hate it when my dad says that, but he calls it that all the time.
Your dad calls it that?
He's never said the word theater. He says theater.
Theater. I'm sorry. No. Also, did you know that the two different types of way that theater is spelt means different things?
Really?
Yeah, like theater with the R-E means like the art, like doing, like acting and all that and stuff.
Oh.
And then theater with a E-R is the place. So that's why it's called Roxy Theater ER, because it's a place.
Yeah.
But if you're saying I perform theater, you would use RE.
That's kind of interesting.
Not really. It's food for thought.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about it, so it's got to be at least somewhat. It's got to be some kind of a thought in your brain. So
I learned that in drama because my teacher got mad at us
You
for
mean
misusing
you
the
learned
word
it in the theater?
I learned it in the theater.
While you were also in the theater.
No, there must be a different way of pronouncing that then. Theatre.
I don't know why, but in my head, I thought you were just doing that sound effect that goes, DJ, DJ. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I pressed a button because I was curious as to what it was doing. And it, like, popped up something on my computer. Well, do you want to wrap it up?
I think so. Do you want to do the outro?
Well, you do the outro because I did the intro.
Okay.
Okay, wrap us up, Gigi.
All right. That's all for today. Thank you for being a fellow pasta lover, Pasta fam. We love you, we miss you, and we hope you eat some good pasta tonight. Good night.